Hi guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. Got a couple things to do today, one of which includes adding a bunch of spring color to our front porch. And the other is to get this whole garden bed ready for the annuals that are on their way in a couple of weeks. So point of reference, this is the front of my house, and this is the, well, cute dogs, and our front garden bed. I've talked about it a few times in recent videos that I want to do a little bit of a revamp in here. Nothing too major, but a few plants in here need to get moved out. And I have just a ton of weeding that needs to get done. In another week or so, we have a big load of compost coming. And then the first part of April, we should have all of our annuals that are going to come and get installed in here. Look at him. Winston, he's a goofball. I don't expect it to be a huge amount of work to get this all done. There's a bunch of little bits of grass and weeds to pull up. Look at all these hyacinths that are coming up. I can't wait for those to bloom. But I have, leaves to clean up. We've got the peonies popping up. It's just a bit of weeding and cleaning up in here. But over here, all of these geum, that's what all these guys are. Look at this allium. That's a happy little plant. But all of these I need to dig up and move to a different garden. Along with this garden bed has been a bit of a struggle for me for how I want it to look. It was the first thing we put in, how many years ago now? Almost 15 years. And it's just been a mishmash sort of leftovers. This year I plan to take some good steps toward turning this into what I actually want it to be. The geum and the yarrow that are over there, these guys are they're the wrong color of orange. They're like a hot, reddy orange, and then the yarrow is red and yellow. And my goal for this garden bed is just to be all softer colors, pinks and purples and whites. So what we have a lot of that already in place. With the back to the fuchsia salvias, we have these three are Daisy May daisies, all proven winners. And then we have these are some scabiosa, some perennial scabiosa that are light purple. We do have this poppy, which is orange, but it just blooms for just a short period in the early spring. John has already removed, there was a barberry here and another one over there that have been pulled out. They were pretty, but I want to be able to move in and out of this garden, and barberries kind of make that difficult. They're a little sharp. Everything else in here kind of fits that color scheme. The peonies, some of them are the coral charm. This one here, they're always the first up, and this one here are coral charm. But there's a couple back here that are just Sarah Bernhardt, which is a really light pink. This tree is just green. We have some crab apples that are pink. And my favorite thing in this garden bed is this magnolia tree. It's getting ready to bloom. Look at this. So exciting. These guys are all swollen up. This will be absolutely covered in white flowers here in probably just a couple of weeks. It's the first thing pretty much that blooms on the property, on our whole farm, and it's pretty striking when it does. There's just hundreds and hundreds of flowers. In order to get this all ready, I'm just gonna haul into it, get all the weeds up, get it all prepped, and then once that's done, we're gonna come over here and then fill in some of these pots, like here, and this one, and the one over here, and these two sweet hanging baskets. Put some flowers into these and just freshen it all up for spring. I can't wait. These flowers are just sweet. I think they're adorable, and we're gonna use most, if not all of them, in these pots just to add some spring color. It's just so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna set up a camera, and then I'll get through as much as I can of this, show you what that looks like, and then we'll get after planting. And then we'll do a full tour of everything once it's all done. So fun. I love a day like this. It is supposed to rain this evening and then tomorrow morning. I might have a little window tomorrow afternoon to get out and do some things, but the spring weather is here. Rain and sun, which I'm okay with. All right, let's go. Okay, got that front bed all cleared out. It's ready to go for compost next week. And then we also moved the GM over here. I also put a few of them right here. This wall gets the full afternoon sun and it gets real hot right here, but it's a good place for that color, I think. Okay, let's take a look at the flowers that we got for this next part of the project. Oh, hi, Izzy. She's always right in the middle. Hi. Hi. Always in the way. Okay. All right, look at these beauties. I know pansies are not super exciting. See, you're killing me, Smalls. So these sweet pansies I got at the grocery store. They were little 6-packs for about, I think they were $4 a piece. But I really like the color, and they're cold hardy enough that I can get them in the ground and put them outside right now. But I really loved all the purples. And I did get a little bit of yellow that I may or may not use. These are all, this one is a soft, beautiful burgundy sort of color. I really loved this one too. These all reminded me of spring so much that I couldn't help myself when I was at the store. So let's look at the pots that I'm going to clean up and get these into. So starting with this pot. This one, we just have this cute little lemon cypress. We put it in here for the winter time, and I had some chrysanthemums in there with it, along with that pot right there. Same thing. And by the time these guys are done and I'm ready to put summer annuals in this pot, I will also be pulling this out at the same time. Again, same idea. I had some arborvitae that I wanted to just put in here so we could have something to look at over the winter. And John has ideas on where this is going to go when I'm done with it. But I wanted some color for the spring. And then same with this one. Last year, this pot, we had Supertunia Vista bubblegums in there. And that whole pot was just overflowing with flowers. So my plan right now is just to get these all potted up, clean up a couple pots. I have that pot right there is one time plant that I just need to cut way back. And it should be good. Rearrange a couple little things over here. And then we should be good for the day. I think I'm going to put 4 in each pot. And each of these will continue to grow and put out new blooms. So that's going to be my goal. Oh, look at the roots on that guy. And I'm not going to fertilize these today just because I have, just because they're not going to be in here for all that long. Guys, this one makes me so excited. I can't tell you how much I'm just craving color. So look. Hi, Izzy. She's checking it out. These pretty little pansies. Oh, they're so good. We got some in here. Had to go around that mum in the middle. And then these ones, we added this color into this one. So cute. And same with this guy. Just a little bit there. It looks like there's, you know, I could have packed in more plants, but these guys are going to fill in no time. And then it'll just be really super pretty up until, another month or so. They'll only be in here for probably 6 weeks max. And then I'm going to replant all these pots with some summer annuals. I can't wait to show you what we've got coming for that. But I'm super stoked. These sweet little plants, it doesn't seem like much, but it makes a huge difference just to have a little bit of purple and a little bit of that maroon burgundy color to just pop out and add some interest to our front porch. They're so beautiful. I'm over the moon. They look a little whippy at the moment because I just watered them in. And it's going to rain tomorrow. So I didn't have a chance. I didn't have time because the sun's starting to head down to get these two baskets full. But we will work on, I have another idea, a couple ideas for projects to finish off the porch in the next day or two. To have it all ready for spring. I did want to come back and show you everything we did over here. We pretty much, I got all the weeds up for the most part. Like I said, next week or so, we're going to come in with a whole load of compost and just mulch it all in. This is where I dug out those GM, but all this is basically ready for summer planting. Same thing, I got some really cool annuals to put in here. And with the revamp, I've got some other plants, perennials, and maybe a shrub or two to really just change the way this whole garden feels. I might even end up moving some of the peonies, take out the dahlias. There's a lot of ideas that I have, but I want to be sure that this is a place that I want to come and look at, not just, I want to be a part of it, not just have it be just a mishmash of all the leftover plants that I've had. Like I have all these really great daffodils that come up every year and some tulips. Those ones are fun. I really like those ones. But all these just tulips, and I have a bunch of columbine in here that come up every year. I would love if this whole thing filled in with columbine. But I've got, like I said, I've got daffodils, and I have all these hyacinths, which I'm excited to see those coming up, and a bunch of alliums. But I want it to be a lot more cohesive and make a lot more sense. The spruces, the blue evergreens, I love these. I love all the trees in here, really. The crab apples, there's a couple crab apples, the weeping cedar. This is John's tree. I don't know what it's called. He calls it his sagebrush. It's kind of crazy, but it's one of the first things to start leafing out in the spring. But yeah, this garden, it has a lot of potential. It just hasn't seen that potential found all the way yet. So that's part of my goal for this year. We have a lot of goals for this year, so we'll see how far we get through all of them. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for coming along. It was a lot of fun. Got a lot of work done and got some really pretty flowers so we can enjoy them until it's time to put summer annuals in. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.